right, Homesteader family, welcome back to the journey. Thank you for being a part of the journey, and don't forget to share the journey. I am starting a little bit early for those that are here, but I should be up at the homestead by the time 6 o'clock gets here, hopefully. So I'm going to show you what I've been doing down here. I'm down here in the tractor with the backhoe. So I went ahead and did some digging. My neighbor thought would be where a spring would be, so I don't know, because there's water here. I might have to go deeper, but he said water normally comes through that hole and comes across the road, and the road had that big puddle there all the time. So I don't know, I might have to dig deeper. The good part is this is all like crushed river rock, and you can see that whole hole up in there and everything else. So I have a lot of rock if I ever need to do any driveway work where I have a lot of mud. However, a lot of the land anyhow is already rocky. So you can see the natural rock and everything here along the road. And the road's not too bad, except right in this area, I might bring some rock and a couple other divots. And then for those of you that haven't seen, so this is all the property. That's 1,200 feet all the way at the top there. And that's where I'm gonna build a house at. Probably, maybe next year if the ranch sells. If not, I'll be selling it, or I'll be building it in a couple years. It all depends on how everything goes. I've got so much fencing and everything else to do. But if I come down here, I'm not sure if you can see through yet, but it's like a sheer cliff, sheer drop off as I'm walking through cobwebs. But I think it's going to be awesome, because building, like I said, all the way up at the top there, you can see some of the rocks right there. Let's see if I can zoom in. There we go. So you can see it's a sheer cliff, and it goes up and up and up and up and up all the way up there. So that's where I plan to build a house. And then there's like 24 trees or so right on this end that if I cut them off, like I said, I want to have the deck overhanging, so I'll look straight down to here, but I'll be able to look out and see the Ozark mountain range that goes through here. So I'm going to hop back in the tractor. I came down here because I know I should be doing fencing, but I figured with those people trespassing on the homestead, I need to, take care of the situation. I can't let people just keep driving through my property thinking it's their right to come through my property. So I'm going to drive out there real quick. I'll show you what I did where the T-post that the people pulled. Hey Carol, how you doing? Can hunt elk from your back deck. Yep. I can't hunt the elk from the back deck, but I'll look at the elk because I don't hunt. So, hold on one second. So, like I said, I don't want people trespassing on the property, so that's why I'm down here in the tractor right now. I've been putting posts in all day, but I figured with it being as hot as it was, the tractor has AC, so it's nice to sit in here in the AC and not be out in the heat. And then I'm going to go up and work on the fence after I get done the live stream. But I figured I'd go ahead and show you guys what I've done down here with the tractor so far. And in the future, I'll set up a tripod, and you'll be able to see how I use the backhoe, how nice it works, everything else. So this is the road here that people did themselves to come into my property to be on my road, because I own this entire county road. Nobody has access to it except me, or I should say legal right. So let me go ahead and hop out here, turn the tractor off so it's not noisy anymore. So like I said, this is my road here, and I own the entire county road from one end all the way to the other end. It goes through the 6 lots, which was a subdivision here in Arkansas. Hey Pam, how you and Stan doing out there? But it goes through the 6 lots. This was a big subdivision. I bought all the lots in here. Hello there, all. I bought all the subdivision in here, so that way it's 116.5 acres all combined. But over years, people have been coming in, they built this road in because my property goes to the middle of these railroad tracks. Now, the railroad tracks were taken out back in, I think, the 1800s or something like that. It's an old railroad. So I'll show you that real quick. I've showed it in one of the videos. So this was the old railroad that went through here. And they had dynamited all this rock, which I showed. I'll get right up here and show you guys. So all these rocks and everything, these, like I said, they're kind of cool looking. But it was all dynamited through. The railroad track came through here. And my property is dead center on the road. So I have one neighbor that says that they have access from this side of the railroad tracks. I've been told it's from the other side of the railroad tracks. But because the other side is inaccessible, they've been coming this way down the railroad tracks, coming down here instead of building their own road, if they have legal access through here, which I don't know. Instead of building the road through, they cut themselves over, cut out some trees and everything else, and they've been driving down this way. So I put all these T-posts here because down farther, it's a big divot, so nobody's going to go that way. So I put all these T-posts up a couple weeks ago, as everybody saw, and I came down here my last trip out and found all my T-posts sitting here. So somebody pulled the T-post from this sign to this. And as everybody saw, I put this sign up. So it's not like, you know, it was just T-post put in the ground. There's a no trespassing sign, private property, so on and so forth. So since they didn't get the hint, and this is all big berm of dirt and everything else, I know they pull that many because then you can get a pickup truck through. Otherwise, they would have just pulled 1 or 2 to get an ATV through. Oh, I hear you that on that subject, Margaret. Yes, trespassers like to trespass, and they continue to do it. So this is what I did. I brought the backhoe down. I'm not sure if you can see the depth like that. So it's a couple feet down, and then the big berm of rocks and everything. So I went ahead and dug this all the way through. Like I said, this is the big dirt area, so they would have to dig all that out. So this is what I did to try to stop the trespassers for now, is I did this. So no more driving a vehicle through, because they're bottom out down here in the bottom trying to get across if they try to get across. So this is what I did for the trespassing. And like I said, you want to put a stop to trespassers right away and not let them continue to do it over and over and over, because then they think it's fine. So this is a nice big berm of rocks, a nice big ditch, a nice thing of T-post. I'm not even going to put the other T-post in because I still got that sign there. And if this doesn't tell trespassers stay out, then of course I have everything recorded now in video as evidence if it's got to go to a case or something like that. So let me go ahead. I'm going to hop in the tractor and head up to the homestead, show you guys everything I've got accomplished so far this trip. And let me see all the comments. Hey Barry, I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good out there too. Hunters, and we are doing good. That's good, Pam. Glad you guys are doing good. Hope that works for you all. Yep, I hope so too. So, like I said, let me go ahead and get up to the homestead, and I'll go over everything else. So you can see the whole county road as we go. It hasn't been maintained or nothing because nobody was on it. But eventually, the camels will clear off the sides, and I'll be able to put the box blade on the back of the tractor, divot on each side so water stays off the road, and then grind the road all the way up since it's just a nice crushed rock. but it is beautiful. It is green. It is lush. The animals went to town. So the pen that the goats were in, you'll see the change of how much the goats chewed down everything. It's unbelievable how quick they took it down to dirt. So I definitely got to get another pen going. Still got to get the other animals out here. The shed should be here in about a week and a half, I'm hoping. And then I'll move all my personal stuff. I'll get the shed ran with electric and plumbing, so I can do an off-grid tiny house type build. So I'll be filming all that for you guys, and you guys will be able to see how to make a real luxury tiny house off-grid using minimal things like a generator, propane, etc. I'll also, like I said, be plumbing it, so I'll be able to take hot showers. I'll have a kitchen sink, I'll have a running toilet, and all that type of stuff. So all that will be happening in the next month and a half. Like I said before, I'm trying to get moved out here to Arkansas by November 1st at the latest. So I'm going to get on it as quick as I can get on it. I'm going to spend one more day here tomorrow trying to finish up what I started this trip, which I'll show you as soon as we get up here. And then I'll be headed back to Colorado to get some stuff done, and then be coming back out here. And then as soon as the shed's here, then I'll be staying out here for probably a week, maybe 2 weeks in the shed to get some stuff accomplished, get stuff going, to really get a lot of fencing done. So that way I got more pens and a bigger area for the animals. I found a hay dealer, so I was able to get a big bale of hay. Out here the bales are 14 to 1,600 pounds, which are bigger than the round bales in Colorado at the feed stores. They're normally 640 to 840 pounds, so almost double the size, and they were $40. So I picked up one. I'll pick up another when I get back out here my next trip, and the animals are loving it. The Scottish Highlanders are a little hot. They were sweating today. We actually got up to 89 degrees here in central Arkansas. And they were sweating a bit, but they've got water. I've got my neighbor's going to haul some water for me. He's got another truck and a bigger water tank, so he's going to do that to top off all the tanks for me before I take off, so I don't have to spend the time hauling water. I'll be able to just continue what I want to get done tomorrow on the fencing and go from there. So I'm going to stop talking for a few, because we got just a little bit more to go, and just let you guys enjoy the scenery as we make our way up to the top. It will definitely be nice once all the goats clear all this out and I can see through the woods, and it's not just a jungle where you can't see more than a couple feet. right, we're getting closer. I can see the trailers that I got sat down here. So over here on the right hand side, I found a flat area in order to park my trailers for now so they're out of the way up top, because as everybody saw, everything was clustered. And then over here in this little U shape, I'm going to bring all the implements down for the tractor and get everything situated down here so it's also out of the way. And then the tractor will be parked down here as well. And then we just got this last little hill to climb, and we'll be up there. And then of course the dog's going to be excited because Daddy's going to be back. And then for now, I just sat the side-by-side right here, so that's out of the way as well. I just put it right off on the side of the road. And then there's the water tank set up that I was telling everybody about last time. And then here we come into the homestead. And then another thing real quick, right down here you can see it's a big divot down here, and the water tracks out. Down at the bottom, I'm going to be pushing up dirt, so hopefully this all will fill in with water when I rent the bulldozer, because it's a nice big area. It goes all the way around up here, and it's just a big washout, but I think I can create a pond with all the leaves and stuff. I mean, look how deep that is down there. So that's another goal for the future. I went ahead, I got these couple of poles put in here. I actually just leave the tractor here. I'll move it when I'm done filming. But I went ahead, I concreted these two poles in. I'm going to have the gate here. This is going to be the next pen. I've got to put another pole here, another where the truck is, so I got to get the truck out of here. I've got to get all this stuff cleared. And of course, after the cinder blocks, I had the implements and everything all the way up to the next pen. So I got this half cleared already. Got to clear the rest of the stuff. And then put a second pole right here where the T-posts are. And then run T-posts up to the next pen so I can start stretching fence. So that will be the next trip. What my main goal now is to finish what I started up here. So I'm going to put this panel on this gate, and then the gate's going to come across. I went ahead, I sunk these two poles in today. So tomorrow I'll be able to build a H-brace and then finish doing all the wires on that one back there. Bring this 6-foot fence out to here. Put the gate in with that panel. Just like up here, I put the panel on the gate. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to get Rex brought out here. The kangaroo, for those of you that don't know Rex. So I want all this, the 6 foot. And then, of course, if he wants to see the animals, he can see the animals. What, Chubbs? You want to be on camera, Chubbs? Yeah. You want to be free? Yeah, you want to be free? We got Max over there. But that's what my goal is tomorrow, is finish that, stretch that fence, put in the 3 T-posts, and then I'll be set on that situation. And then the update on the grass, as you can see, is just green. It is lush. My phone still doesn't show how thick it is. I mean, just lush green grass. So I'm happy about that. I cleared this whole area. I had all that junk here. I had the trailers here. I did the outline there for the shed, but I think I'm going to change my mind. I think I was going to put the door on that side and the garage door here, but I think I'm actually going to swap it. Put the house door here and the garage door back here, and leave like 6 or 8 feet from the fence to do a deck in the future. So then that way I can just come right in the gate and come in the door instead of driving down here, and then the door would be on this end, and then I got walk all the way around. So trying to do what is easiest. And then the name of the video is the bird tree, and that's because I made a bird tree that I'm hoping the birds are going to use. So what I did was I bought 3 4x4 pressure treated poles and a bunch of the pieces of wood. I don't even know what you call them right now. I'm so tired from working. But anyhow, I made 3 of them, connected it to the tree so they can get up to the top, and then at the top they can go up into the tree if the birds want to go up into the tree, because they haven't had anywhere to roost. And we got peaches up here on the bale of hay. As you can see, it is a huge bale for 40 bucks. So I'm very happy with it. And these are all the animals. So they're all just hanging out. Old Red, I wish I would have filmed it when I got here. Old Red started bellowing. He was all excited that Daddy was back. And everybody's just living life. So I needed to get sweet feed today, or yesterday. The feed store was closed, so I'll pick up sweet feed tomorrow for the cows. And then over here is the water tank. You can see the chickens down there getting some water. And big old crow just hanging out with the turkey. And we've got chickens that go out on the road, which is, I didn't want the birds loose. I was running fencing underneath the gate here, but I decided just let the birds go ahead, because then they go ahead and clean out the ticks and the bugs and spiders and all that type of stuff. So I'm not too mad about that. They come back in when it's feeding time. And that's the cow watering the ground. But here's the rest of the animals, and then I'm gonna be calling it quits so I can finish fencing and enjoy the rest of the evening. It is wonderful being out here. Already adapted to the humidity. Like I said, I can always hop in the tractor, do stuff in the tractor. Got good old Thelma right here. But this is life in Arkansas. And one last thing, what I'm gonna do is, since my neighbors drive down here with the grandkids, all this vegetation blocks a lot of the animals. So you can see the corral panels that I started setting up. I'm gonna grab the rest of them from the ranch on the next trip. I'm gonna come out, build a section, throw all the goats in here, let them clean this area out. Then I'll move the panels from here down to next section, let them clean that out, because they already ate everything down to dirt, this entire pen. They ate the leaves up and everything. So I'm gonna let them go ahead, clear out all this vegetation along the road. Then my neighbor's grandkids can see all the animals as they go. And then I put that panel down there because I was going to start working on building the fence farther down. But I decided I don't want to climb through all the brush and long grass and everything else. So I'll do pen, and let them eat all the way down the property line. And then I can go ahead and do the fence without climbing through all the brush and the blackberry sticker bushes and poison ivy and everything else. So that's what I got figured out. And this is the homestead for now. Let me see what the comments were. All that fence and driving, you got to be tired. Tell me about it, Barry. I was in Colorado for 17 hours. Got 8 hours of sleep. Worked all day. Hopped in the truck. Drove all night, which took me about 19 hours. And then worked all day yesterday until about 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock. And then I went to dinner. So I was up for over 2 days before I got any sleep. So yes, it's definitely a lot to be tired about. With all that you've gone through, you and your critters are better off there. You've got that right, Margaret. The animals are so happy here, and once I can, like I said, once I'm living here, I can do fence all day, every day, and really open up the whole property to the animals, and they have a lot. Sleep well when you finally get to. Yep, I'll sleep well tonight. I have a hotel. I got a hotel last night, got a hotel room tonight, and I've got one tomorrow night. And then I'll leave first thing Tuesday morning to go get the next load. No, I can't put the dogs in with the animals because Anatolian Shepherds, you have to put them in with the animals at 5.5 weeks old. And when I got Mickey and Minnie, they were 5.5 months old. So they weren't used to being around animals. And I couldn't throw my puppies in with the animals. I wanted them in the house with me. So they will actually eat, which you can see that pile of feathers. Chubb's got a rooster while I was gone. And then I also had a guinea that drowned it in the water because I didn't think about putting anything in here. So now I put this in here so that way the birds can get out on the wire and the logs. Had a second one that was almost drowned it. I pulled it out, put it in the sunlight, and warmed it up, and it's doing good. So I only lost 2 animals. All the neighbors are shocked with the mountain lions, coyotes, and wolves that they have here. But like I said, with my dogs, they keep everything away. But nope, the dogs come in here when I'm here, but if I leave them, then they will actually kill the animals due to predatory instinct because they're more of a wild breed, and that's why they're so stubborn to work with, but no other breed I would ever have. So with that, I hope everybody has a great night, and I'm going to finish doing fencing until it's pitch black out again and then head to the hotel. So take it easy. Have a great day.